Alrighty, folks. One of the things I love to do is I love to hear about what Dion is going to be doing in his live stream later today. So we're going to look into the future, and he's going to be covering how he became a millionaire, the timeline. So this will come out after that. So we're not, we're not surprising anybody. But let me have it. What's the timeline to becoming a millionaire, man? Because everybody wants to be a millionaire.
So I know everyone wants to be a millionaire, and I think we associate that with a net worth number more than an income number. I know that as an accredited investor, they'll say you have this much net worth or this much annual income, but when the term millionaire is thrown around, I think we're close to the same age. So 30, 40 years ago, it really meant something to be a millionaire.
Yeah, it did.
Right. And then they do, the books come out with The Millionaire Next Door. And who do you find out it is? It's not the person, the CEO of the company. It's the plumber and the painter and the person who just saves up over years. So I wanted to do the timeline of what it took to become a millionaire. And I think what I want to do is reach out to guys like you and Matt and Mike and Beth and say, let's look at the timeline of where you started and what it took to become a millionaire. Because for most of us, it isn't we had a huge income and we saved. It isn't we contributed to a 401k or a retirement plan for 30 or 40 years, and the total amount was eventually enough to be considered a millionaire. It was like stocks and interest has compounding interest. I think it was compounding income sources. That's what had the biggest effect on becoming a millionaire. So in my live stream, I'm going to break down starting position, and I'll apologize in advance for the people who are familiar with my content, because I always try to throw out the starting position because that's the biggest resistance I get from most people. I can't start now because I only make $80,000 a year. Well, try making $17 an hour, right?
And being in a hole.
In a hole.
You're negative 80K. You're not at zero. You're at negative 80K.
Right. And single parent, 3 kids, and laid off, and career change, and like all these things. Like, here's all the barriers. I always start with that.
Yeah.
So that people can sit back and go, my challenges are real. The person watching, their challenges are real. They're valid. Here's the way you get around them. You don't just go, I have these challenges, so I stop. Yeah. And so then I'm going to cover, it starts really slow. Here's what the first 5 years look like. And then here's how and I'll track the net worth as I go through the chronology of it. And that's kind of what I want to do with everybody like you is, have you ever sat back and thought, because I think you have the same opinion I do, net worth is fictitious and means almost nothing.
Oh, it's a completely garbage number that takes way too much brain cycles for most folks. And we're going to learn it over the next 2 years. There are billionaires like Billionaire Barry, I joke about all the time, who may not be a billionaire right now. If he was forced to market his commercial assets, he might have a negative net worth. It's a complete garbage number.
And yeah, you've talked about your friend who had proper or assets in the tens of millions,
yeah,
and then lost it all. So to me, the diversified portfolio with cash flow that protects the assets is the numbers I actually focus on. I wouldn't know net worth and when I became a millionaire and be able to track those numbers if I wasn't making videos on it.
Yeah. Right. That's again, the whole beauty of getting wealthy is frankly not tracking net worth. It's how much everybody's selling hours of their life. That's what you're doing. You're selling 1 hour of your life every hour when you work. It doesn't have to be that way forever. It has to be that way for some time, but not forever. And, some journeys are 8 to 10 years. Some are 12 to 15. It's worth it. It's worth it. And it's not net worth. There are plenty of people with a 7, even 8-figure net worth that can't quit their job. I live in the Silicon Valley. There are people with total pay packages of $500,000 to $600,000 that live right around me, and they couldn't scratch $5,000 together if they had to save their life. But maybe they have a big net worth because their house is this and house is that and blah blah blah. But no, it's just you got to think about disposable income. That is a far better metric. If I can wave a magic wand, and if I could dump net worth, I would have everybody track disposable income. Because the bigger your disposable income is, the chances are you're happier. It's just the connection I see.
I love the breakdowns you've done where you explain the math of time with disposable income, and you explain how the $500 gaming system that they're buying for the kid is representing 4 to 6 weeks of employment from that parent. And I love the hate that I get when I make simple comments in some of the, threads on Reddit or Facebook. When someone is talking about their work or financial freedom, and I'll say, working for money is the dumbest way to make it. Just a simple statement. I don't follow up with, because your time is limited, because it's taxed at the highest amount, because it exhausts you, because of all the negative ways of that. And I don't follow up with, almost all of us have to work, sell our lives 1 hour at a time for a period of time,
Yeah,
5 to
that's the
10
key.
years, maybe some people more. So I just put the statement without all of that extra in there, and then I let everybody just pounce on it. And every time they come at me with some attack, then I put out the other information, and because that opens up, because people don't want to talk to you, they want to contradict you.
Yeah.
Once you start the contradiction, now you have a conversation. And I've actually had conversations where people start out attacking me in that parking lot, where it's my job to get them into the stadium. And
Yeah.
now that we've got it back and forth, and they go, oh, you kind of have a point there. And then they think, okay, maybe there's more to it. And it's a challenge to get people to think that there might be another way.
Yeah. I have no interest in that. That just sounds like exhaustion to me.
It's entertainment for me, because I very much enjoy the people who open up their mind and they go, okay, so how would it work? And what asset class would work for them? And then we can kind of dial into that. But I really enjoy the people who just get all emotional and attacky, because I have thick skin and a Marine Corps' worth of insults to throw back at everybody. So maybe it's my entertainment too.
There you go. There you go. Well, Dion, I can't wait to hear about your live stream and what's going on there, but where can people find it?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, unless I'm on a cruise where the Wi-Fi sucks. Then I don't do them those weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm back home now, so I'll be doing them again every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Ciao.